It's a great miracle and great blessing from the Lord to be here in this nation of Israel. One of my dreams came true. Israel, the Middle Eastern country in the Mediterranean, and it's regarded by Jews, Christian, and Muslim, the land of the Bible, where Jesus walked. And its most sacred sites are in Jerusalem. So, and within Jerusalem, the old city, the Temple Mount, the Dome of the Rock, Western Wall, and the mosque. And there's another very important place there, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Church of Holy Sepulchre is the most sacred site in the world for millions of Christians, because this is the site of crucifixion, burial, and resurrection of Jesus. Here I stood. They believe that this is where Jesus stood when in Mount Beatitudes, when he taught his disciples how to pray. In this place, I love that writing of Hebrew, writing of women word, and that's in Mount Zion. That is actually next to King David's tomb. And I'm here now in the city of David, the Wailing Wall, very famous place in area here in Jerusalem, where people come and pray. They write on the paper the prayer request to God and put it here on that wall. As you can see, a lot of papers here that prayer request. There's so many. That is a huge wall. So as we can see here, this wall, the city of David, which lies outside Jerusalem, the 14th century walls along a narrow hill on the east side of the old city. And it is where Jerusalem began. So here we view walls, towers, and fortification that protected the city from enemies. Passed through the water system. You can see here all the rabbi that singing, dancing, praising God. They're playing tambourines, instruments. That's the city of David, the old city. I love that. There's no beauty like the beauty of Jerusalem. It is where Jesus was born and grew up. Very hot in this day. It's really hot. But it's worth of a journey. You will meet different people from different nations, from different towns, even from different beliefs. This is very popular site of tourism as well. So as you can see there, this is really actually in the middle of I think it was 1 o'clock there. Very hot. Now we're still in the city of David, the old city of David. As you can see, it's in Jerusalem, a beautiful city. And there's the old city. It's so beautiful. That is we call it the convent of the Sisters of Zion. Convent, the Sisters of Zion. Beautiful, beautiful city. It's like a marketplace those times. Okay, so we're still here. Jerusalem, the city of God. Okay, Yes, that's so true. People from different nations. I'm here in Tiberias. Behind me is the mountain, they believe, where King David hid from King Saul. And I'm here again in Jerusalem. The Dome of the Rock, as you can see, far distance, very, very hot. Very, very hot. And now we're going to meet our tour leader, tour guide, Miss Lama Saed. She's a PhD being a tour guide. She knew everything in the Bible and Israel, but she's not a believer, but soon. And this is our tour group with our pastors, senior pastors, other pastors, leaders, members. We enjoyed amazing journey. We are here. Actually, this bus now, that is Miss Lama with the red lanyards is in the front. We are all inside the bus. Okay, very happy, excited, looking forward to see Israel. We are in airport. Okay. And so excited, really. Here again, in Gidi. We are in Gidi, actually, next the Dead Sea. That's the behind that mountain where King David hid. And this is the Dead Sea in Gidi. This is the Dead Sea. I floated on the water. It's like you have a lotion on your skin. It's amazing, amazing, amazing. I wish I can go there again. And in Gidi, okay, this is going into the Qumran caves. This is the cave where David hid from Saul. We can see that in 1 Samuel 24. We call this one is the Qumran caves, west of the Dead Sea, near Masada. And you will see here the beautiful waterfalls, listed most popular nature site in Israel. Okay, I will show you here the video as well. Beautiful, so refreshing when we are here because it was so hot. It was so high mountain. We climbed up very, very high. So everyone was tired and thirsty and feel really, really hot. But it's all worth it. Great journey. Now at David Spring.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have to take a
Beautiful.
Michael one going just in case.
Sorry?
I'm going just in case.
Sorry.
I am, but I'm
Waterfalls at El Gadi, close to Masada. Beautiful. Woohoo! David's Waterfalls. Now at David Spring.
yeah, absolutely. I'll have to take a
Beautiful.
Michael one going just in case.
Sorry?
I'm going just in case.
Sorry.
I am, but I'm
Waterfalls at El Gadi. Close to Masada. Beautiful. Woohoo! David's Waterfalls. Now we are now in the Fortress Mountain Masada. It's an ancient fortification in the southern district of Israel, situated on the top of an isolated rock. So here we ascend the mountain by cable car and survey where the Jewish zealots made their last stand against the Roman on the 10th Legion after the fall of Jerusalem in 70 AD. So we are right on the top of the fortress of Masada, Fortress Mountain of Masada. This is the mountain on top where the Roman government of Judea, Lucius Flavius Silva sieges Masada in 73 AD. It says that he had 9,000 soldiers and 6,000 prisoners. And this is Rabbi, his Rabbi Shinshon Israeli. That is his name, Rabbi Shinshon Israeli. He got an office on the top of the mountain. He got an office there. He was writing Hebrew, but he very good in English. And he write your name. If you ask how you write your name in Hebrew, and later on you will see. This is what Elsie. That is my name on the top there. And he put a heart on it. From Israel, Rabbi Shinsho Israeli. That is his family name, Israeli.
It rains a lot and we get flash floods, so they built these aqueducts to collect the water, several aqueducts, and then you see these holes in the mountain are the cisterns, similar to the cistern we passed. This is where the water would be stored. So when it rains, you see the water is collected through these aqueducts, and then it goes to the cisterns where they can use throughout the whole year.
Wow.
Now, from this level, the level of the cisterns, when they want to take the water up, they would use the snake path, using animals to get the water up to the palace, the bathhouse, other stuff.
It's the cave in Qumran, where the Essenes enclave was, and see the caves where the Dead Sea Scrolls were hidden. So as you can see, that's the kind of doors there. That is where they found the hidden scrolls. Now we can see that we can read it in the Bible, the scrolls. It's amazing. How you cannot believe, because the Bible is been written, it happened, and it's happening, and still many things that going to happen, as the Bible said. It's an amazing journey to witness and see what the Bible said. This is all the what's on the scroll. That's very protected documents as well. Just took photo. And now we are going to enter Jericho. Now we are now in Jericho. That is where the sycamore fig tree where
you
the
can
tax
see that is
collector
where
Zacchaeus
Zacchaeus
climbed
on
have
a
a better
sycamore
view
tree.
where Jesus was
Zacchaeus,
passing by.
the Bible said that he's a
And that
tax
is where
collector.
Jesus called
He
him.
climbed.
And now
We are here in the Temptation Mountain.
you can see behind me the Temptation Mountain, the hill in the Judean desert, where Jesus fasted for 40 days and nights. And then I believe also that's in Matthew 17, that the Mount of Transfiguration, that is where Jesus visited with Moses and Prophet Elijah. Are now in Bethlehem. That's an olive tree, the birth of Jesus. And you can see here very old olive tree. You can see here the old traditions of the ancient culture, people, their livelihood. So you can see it here. That's the old dress tradition, the shepherd boy. King David that is also the carpenter. So that is the old living, the Bethlehem people, the people in Bethlehem. And that is the lady, she's doing a knitting actually, this older lady. Amazing to see the culture back again. And it's still the olive tree, old olive tree. Is so much meaning about the olive tree everywhere in the Bible. The olive fruits, the olive oil, and how it become oil. There's so much meaning on it that relate to the Lord Jesus Christ, how he was been pierced and crushed through the cross for us, to redeem us. This is now how they show us how the olives, when it's ripe, crush it, not only once, not only twice, crush until they get the olives, and then purified the olives. So there's best olives, best oil of olive oil. So there's a different classes of oil, but that is also signifies, see that, different containers, different class or of the oil. So that is also how our faith will be tested. Oil will come out, best oil or murmuring oil. And you can see that there's also there show also the tomb. And here again is Miss Lama. We become she's a nice lady. She's still single. And here I am. And the Philippines artwork behind me. This is where angel visited Mary, and in Nativity Church. And this place in the 1 Kings 18 in the Mount Carmel. That is where Elijah and the fire from heaven and the priest of Baal. That is the really amazing encounter here when King Ahab challenged Elijah to probe that his God was more powerful. So Elijah accepted the challenge at Mount Carmel. And of course, we read that in 1 Kings 18. In Ezekiel 38 and 39. Hallelujah. We will see as well there that there's place. We believe that this will be the place of Armageddon.
This is where Elijah fought all the false prophets. And God showed himself how great he is. It's beautiful. He showed himself strong enough proof that there's no other God like him. There's no no other Lord, no other God.
That's
We are
south,
in the city now.
that area, northeast,
Northeast.
is where the mountain one and the Golan Heights are, and Nazareth will be.
This place is, we read in 2 Kings chapter 6, Jeremiah 7, verse 30, Deuteronomy chapter 12. This is the place where the child sacrificed in the ancient Israel to their pagan gods. So this area is so sad. This is also a tunnel, Templars tunnels, with a military monastic fortress. Okay, we went underneath it. Now we are here in Golan Heights, where the Valley of Tears. This is the site of a major battle in 1973. They call it also the Yom Kippur War, and also known as the Ramadan War or the October War. Also, they call it the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. Wow. This is Arab and Israeli war on armed conflict that fought from 6 to 20. It was fought that war 6 to 26, October 6 to 25 on 1973. They're really high. So that war was between Israel and a coalition of Arab states led by Egypt and Syria. Amazing. It's in the Bible, and it's happened. You can see all the how they made that tunnels where soldiers hide. They are right in the top.
Israel controls the western
Israelites.
2/3 of the
And the
Golan
enemies.
Heights. The eastern 1/3 of the Golan is still under Syrian control.
Sorry, faster. Oh, that's sorry. Okay, sorry.
That point is there's the Valley of Tears, where
Is there no fence or wall dividing?
Yeah, there should be. Yes, not this one. Over there behind the.
Behind the,
The
farm
road.
there?
Yeah.
Oh. She's saying behind the farm, over the other side of the road, there must be a wall somewhere there.
A fence, not
A fence,
wall.
just a fence. Yeah.
Yeah.
We are still here in Caesarea Philippi, where the Golden Heights. And this place now is, they call this one the Court of the Nemes, or the High Supreme Court Justice place, or they call it the Son of Saul. In that history, this was the history of the place on the ancient Israel, the ancient city of Caesarea. In this place, see that cave? The Caesarea Philippi is an archaeological site in Golan Heights and administered by Israel. Now is a national park. Here, that's all the tour group where we are. I'm right there in the front, just kneeling, white pants. We are now in Galilee. They call it this one a Bigal Alon Center Museum in Capernaum. And here in Capernaum, fishing, they call it a fishing village. But they are very prosperous here. They are business people, fishermen. And then we visited also here after we float on the Sea of Galilee. Then we are in the top of the boat here. on the top of the boat in the Sea of Galilee with the whole tour groups here. And later on, we are going to what's that? The Tabga, the traditional site of the multiplication of the loaves and fishes. So this is the old boat that they found. You just saw the ancient first century fishing boat, and in the shore of the Galilee. Okay. Now this place is Peter's home. Actually, we are that's underground already. So that is glass that we can see. We are on the top looking on it. And so Jesus came in Peter's house. So the Lord Jesus went into building already tiny house. Now we are entering the Capernaum. Synagogue of Capernaum. It was destroyed in the early 17th century. So this is the Caesarea harbor now. In 22 BCE, King Herod began to construction of a deep sea. So you can see this. This is in the harbor. Okay, you can see that Caesarea Harbor, Israel. Here in the ancient Caesarea synagogue and Caesarea, this is significant events recorded in the New Testament, very specifically events in Caesarea regarding Gentile inclusion and the hope of the gospel for all people. Because it was there that the Apostle Peter met Cornelius, a Roman centurion who becomes one of the first Gentile believers. In here in Caesarea Harbor, King Herod began construction of a deep sea harbor and built storerooms, markets, wide roads, baths, made of mosaic, really elegant. And it's also part of Caesarea is part of Judea, Syria, and Palestine. It's a beautiful city. This one built in 22 BCE. Beautiful harbor. Really great history. It's in the Bible. Now this is the wall of Macedonia, developed by Philip II and used by his son Alexander the Great to conquer the empire and defeat armies of other kingdoms by Alexander the Great. Wall of Macedonia. That's me, flying eagle. Macedonia phalanx. Wall of Macedonia phalanx. Now I'm here again. So amazing, this center of the world, center of the nation, center, actually very center. They're so significant, this place, the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. So it's overlooking Jerusalem. Jerusalem, the cityscape with the cemetery. This is the cityscape of cemetery in Jerusalem. And the Dome of the Rock, as you can see. This is Israel's memorial to the Holocaust. So that is a cemetery. Now that's the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. More close. But we cannot get in there, so we just take photo and just took the photo in from the distance. Amazing. Hello again. I hope that you enjoy the slides of my journey over Israel. It's a beautiful city, full of amazement, full of story and experience. Beautiful. There's something about spiritual experience. It's not just to see the culture, but just to see the different people that will come there and the different landscape of the country. But there's something deep within, very important, of the land of Israel, the land of the Bible. So before I'm going to close this video, as you can see, the sunrise is already quite bright and it's beautiful. It's already 2 p.m. in the afternoon here. I would like to declare to you the priestly blessing that the Lord commanded us to pray for His people. The Lord bless you, the Lord's face shine upon you, and let His countenance just cover you and guide you, guard you with His tranquility, with His peace in your home, in your family, with your work, with your colleague, in your school, with your friends, wherever you are. Everything that concerns you, God is mindful of. So I pray that as you're watching this video and for the end of this video, that the whole days ahead will be guided and will be a favor of God come upon you with your home and family, with your finance, and especially with your health and your safety and the safety of your family. See you again very soon for the second part of this video. God's love you and I love you too. See you very soon.